Coming up, the boss flies your RV-10.
Teens taking to the skies in front of a national television audience.
And two A-listers team up with You Can Fly. AOPA Live this week begins in just a moment.
Your plane is a valuable tool. With the Genesis Aerosystems S-Tech 3100 digital autopilot, you can rest assured you will arrive safely to your destination. The 3100 is the industry's most advanced autopilot for single and twin-engine aircraft, providing exceptional workload reduction, safety-enhancing capabilities such as straight and level mode and speed protection. To learn more, visit our website today.
This is AOPA Live This Week with Tom Haynes and Alyssa Cobb.
This week is really special. August 19th is National Aviation Day, and we have several major things to tell you about.
That's right, a major push for the You Can Fly program with two superstar celebrities. But first, getting teens in the air and in front of a network television audience. The teens are students at Magruder High School in Montgomery County, Maryland. They came to AOPA for a flight with CFI Chris Moser. AOPA Live's Josh Cochran has the story.
This is where the rubber meets the road. Magruder High School students Victoria Wendt and Ruth Gabermayam have been learning about aviation in school, and now they get to go flying to see their learning in action for National Aviation Day.
Basically, came here to get instructed on how to fly a plane.
So you yell outside, clear prop!
Clear prop!
And for Victoria, it was her first flight in a small airplane.
Here we go, we're lifting up. We're gonna put the nose of the airplane close to the horizon. We are flying, by the way.
Oh yeah. We did takeoff, we did turning lessons in the air.
You may have to pitch back just a little bit to hold your altitude, so just pull back slightly, just ever so slightly, just a little bit.
I helped descend the plane and he did the landing.
Look down the runway. I'm just gonna try to hold it as low as I can, but not let it land. Not let it land. There we go.
I think it was really fun. It was cool to actually do it by myself.
Ruth rode in the back seat, and while she has flown before, she enjoyed the opportunity to learn more.
It went amazing. It was a very inspirational flight. To see my peer actually fly a plane was so surreal and inspirational.
Both students are in aviation classes at Magruder using the AOPA High School Aviation STEM curriculum. The curriculum is in use at high schools across the country, and it gives students hands-on experience with STEM subjects and aviation.
I personally really like it. It's the reason why I'm at Magruder in the first place. I think it's really straight to the point, but in a way where we can all understand it.
And the aviation curriculum and the flight today are inspiring these students and giving them a boost towards their dreams.
Actually working on that to get my pilot license and eventually become a commercial pilot.
Well, in the future, I want to get all my ratings, then become a commercial airliner. Eventually, I want to own my own airline and then have an animal sanctuary and a zoo that stem off of that. Yeah.
Josh Cochran, AOPA Live.
The flight was also documented by ABC News for an upcoming national news story. AOPA's high school curriculum created by your You Can Fly team is in use at over 400 schools across the country, introducing more than 8,000 students to aviation and STEM careers. The curriculum is free for schools to use thanks to generous donations to the AOPA Foundation.
And to mark National Aviation Day, we're getting some big help promoting aviation through the You Can Fly program. AOPA is proud to announce the You Can Fly champions. We gave you a little tease last week. It's country music legend Dierks Bentley and aerobatic superstar Michael Goulian who are joining forces with us. The duo will spread the message of aviation through their channels and to their fans.
These are two people who are highly respected professionals in their fields, but they also use aviation in their personal and professional lives. And so they're going to be out there telling people the advantages of general aviation and how they can use it.
As you probably know, the You Can Fly program is successful in getting and keeping pilots engaged with flying at all phases of their life cycle. The 4 prongs of the program meet people wherever they are in their journey. And we caught up with a pair for a Pilot Lounge episode to talk about the program. AOPA's Katie Pribble interviewed them, and they're super excited to be a part of it. Dierks says right now is a great time to get into it.
people inside the aviation, business know there's been a lot of small airplane sales because I think a lot of people have had a desire to fly, thought about flying, maybe think about getting their license, are doing so now, and maybe buying their first airplane. I just know from friends of mine that a friend of mine just took his test 2 days ago. He was really worried about passing the written exam, and he's so excited he did. And his last text to me was, "Now I just got to work on keeping my feet off the brakes when I'm doing my landings." But I think a lot of people are out there excited about it because, I think it's kind of a thing in this country. We like having our individual freedom, and there's no, I can't think of any greater freedom than being able to fly and move around the country when you decide that you want to go and have the ability to do that.
You can find the full episode with Dierks and Michael on AOPA.org. Just look for the Pilot Lounge playlist. So Alyssa, it's so much fun working with them. We had a great time out shooting some video with them over the last year or so at their places in Massachusetts and Tennessee, and they are so enthused about this program, I got to tell you, and so are we. We're great to have them on board and helping to support the You Can Fly program.
Yeah, I watched the full Pilot Lounge video, and the excitement just comes through. You can tell they just completely love aviation and are so passionate about it. It's great. Yep. They're going to be spreading it to so many more people.
Right. Yeah, they have great audiences, that's for sure.
Yep. Well, air traffic is halfway recovered, according to new data from FlightAware. They report that worldwide air traffic is hovering at 50% of what it was this time last year. Commercial cargo and airline flights still lag general and business aviation. BizAv is hovering around 10% less than it was this time last year. Now, you can dive into the data for yourself using FlightAware.com's Aviation Trends dashboard.
And while the numbers are trending up in flights, we continue to watch the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. The situation is fluid and nobody knows what the future holds. But here at AOPA, we're planning to meet you at events next year, safely. They won't be the same, but we are staying responsive to this ever-changing situation with two different types of easily scalable events.
The first type will be what we call an aviator showcase, where we're going to get all of our exhibitors together. So aircraft displays, indoor exhibits, seminar tracks that relate to aircraft ownership and technology and so forth. We're going to get together for a couple of events, one in the east, one in the west, that we'll call an aviator showcase. They'll be much smaller than our traditional fly-ins, but a chance for you to meet up close with the industry, get connected between our members and various products and services and technologies and aircraft manufacturers, etc. The second type of event is going to be what we call the AOPA Pilot Gathering Air Tour. And what we're going to do here is just a lot of fun, a lot of grassroots aviating, where we're going to load up in a few general aviation aircraft, and we're going to go from town to town to town, sort of like a barnstormers tour, if you will, and stop in at various airports and spend 4 or 5 hours together, do a pilot town hall, have some lunch together, do a safety briefing, some roundtable discussions, and then move on to the next town.
The events are designed so that they can be adapted to the COVID situation at the time. And like the rest of the AOPA staff, the events team is hard at work during this time. They're planning out the gatherings. Look for details and dates and locations toward the end of the year. When we come back, the boss borrows your RV-10.
And the Eagle has force landed. Stay with us. Welcome back. Well, exactly what it does, very few know, but the Air Force's top secret space plane, the X-37B, is this year's Collier Trophy winner. The Collier Trophy is one of aviation's most prestigious awards. The 2019 award, issued this week, goes to the team behind the super secret space plane. It spent nearly 2,900 days in space across 5 missions. The Collier Trophy is awarded annually for the greatest achievement in aeronautics or astronautics in America. Well, now every day can be Girls in Aviation Day with the new Aviation for Girls app created by Women in Aviation International. It will have aviation content like career videos, scholarship information, and hands-on activities, and more. The Aviation for Girls app is available now to download, but the content won't be launched until September 26th, the official Girls in Aviation Day. And despite the name, everyone is welcome to participate.
Yes, they are. Hey, we've not been able to fly the Sweepstakes RV10 to events this year, so we've taken people up for flights to let them experience it one-on-one, and so far, everyone loves it. The latest person to be impressed, AOPA President Mark Baker. He recently went for a flight with Editor-at-Large Dave Hirschman.
He enthusiastically endorsed the concept of AOPA giving away the first experimental airplane in the long history of its sweepstakes. And he's approved every expenditure required to transform this 12-year-old RV-10 into a showpiece. But until this flight, AOPA President Mark Baker had never flown any Vans aircraft RV-10.
So you feel it's a free castering nose wheel, requires differential braking for steering.
Looks like a B-25.
Okay. It's not in my repertoire, but I'll take your word for it.
Beautiful morning, though.
It's perfect.
Okay, tell me a little about this advanced deck. I don't think it's the first time I sat behind one.
It's an amazing non-TSO integrated unit that works beautifully with this Avidyne IFD 550. 12-inch screen in the middle for multi-function display. 10-inch PFDs. 2 AHRs, so we got redundancy with the attitude information. Frederick Tower, Experimental 260 Mike Golf, ready for takeoff.
Right the nose right here?
Yep. We're ready to fly. See, it's got plenty of oomph on takeoff. It really wants to go.
Visibility is awesome. Nice light performance, I'll say that. What is the horsepower again?
260.
Huh. Feels like more.
We'll typically see speeds in cruise in the high 160 range. Up high, we could get it up, down to 12, 11, 12 gallons an hour. And so it really covers the territory. All right, I want you to show me some of that fancy pilot stuff.
Okay, clear left, looking right, making the turns.
So you just see it has no hesitation to just crank into a hard turn and pull right around. And you'll see there's very little adverse yaw as well.
Well, you just stick that wing on a point though and just put it around it, can't you? How about the stalls on it? Should we get set up for just
Sure, let's go ahead and do some slow flight and stall.
Okay, fall back.
Little rumble at 70.
Well, it holds though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not ready to quit yet. It'll go down to the down to the low to mid 60s.
Really?
And you can see, yeah.
I don't think I get the stick back anymore.
That's the issue. It's like it doesn't really stall. It's a full back elevator and it doesn't stall.
Funny.
But we'll put some flaps in and you'll get a crisp break. Any flap setting you'd like.
Right there, looks good.
Yep.
What's the flaps out boy? We're 55, 50. Wow.
It gets to about 48 and it just says, all right, I'm done. There we go. And we're off to the races again.
Yeah, that is very docile. Really good. Quite impressive. Surprising, actually.
Frederick Tower, Experimental 260 Mike Golf, 12 miles west with information Romeo, and request the option, please. And we're cleared for the option. Right on the center line. All right.
Well, first RV-10 time.
Makes you feel like an ace, though, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
It's such a capable and responsive airplane.
Very much, and it feels very safe with those ball speeds and the way it does. Lots of notice. Lots.
Now that it's got Mark Baker's stamp of approval, look for this RV-10 to be awarded to its winner in the fourth quarter of this year. Good luck in the drawing. Dave Hirschman, AOPA Live.
Entries for the sweepstakes close November 16th. Find out all about it and how you can increase your chances of winning on our website.
I don't think there's a pilot out there who's not going to love the RV-10. Now, usually drone operators need to keep the aircraft within sight according to FAA regs, But Kansas State University Polytechnic campus just got authorization from the FAA to fly beyond line of sight in Gulf airspace. The waiver flights will enhance research, education, and training opportunities for K-State students. And finally this week, it's Eagle versus Eagle. The Michigan Department of the Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy, more commonly known as EGLE, has worked for decades to bring Michigan's bald eagle population back from the brink of extinction. The restoration has been a huge success. Now, meanwhile, the same agency launched a drone program a few years ago that has surveyed many miles of Lake Michigan coastline. Also a big success. But the shoreline is where many eagles like to nest, and you probably see where this is going. In late July, one of those bald eagles snatched a state eagle drone in midair, tore off a propeller, and then dropped the dead drone in Lake Michigan. You can see the flight track of the doomed drone. Now, the drone has yet to be found, but an article posted by Eagle, that's the state agency Eagle, describing this brazen attack on their drone by a bald eagle went viral last week. There's a little more to it than irony, as readers of AOPA Drone Pilot learned this week. The drone's automatic obstacle avoidance system may have provoked this eagle-on-eagle violence. You can find the rest of this story on AOPA.org. Well, Tom, the state agency, they were saying, oh, maybe it was a territorial squabble or the eagle was hungry. But it very well could have been irritated by the sound being emitted from the equipment on the drone.
Right. Yeah. Note to self, turn off obstacle system when eagle is nearby, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's our program for this week. Thanks for watching.
Hey, you can connect with us anytime via the email on your screen or comments on YouTube. Love hearing from you. See you next week.
My name is Terry Carbonell. I live in the Florida Keys on a private airstrip called Tavernero. What I fly is a 182 RG. Wild Mama is her name, 614 Whiskey Mike. Sirius XM is just the best product out there. I fly in the mountains a lot, and ADS-B is a line of sight. You can't get ADS-B, you have big gaps in the mountains, and when would you want to have good weather is in the mountains. I like to fly low. I've flown across the United States at 1,000 feet AGL because it's all about scenery. You can't always get ADS-B when you're at 1,000 feet, but I always have Sirius XM weather and radio. Sirius XM radio is on 24/7 when I'm in the plane. Sirius XM weather just keeps you out of trouble. It's certainly avoiding bad memories. It's nothing like having reliable weather service in the cockpit.